You did quietly alone. You gave her your time, your loyalty, your softness. She gave you memories and silence. This is part no one tells you. The part they skip in the self-help books and dating Gavis videos. That sometimes you can beaver thing. Amen should be still not be now for her heart, Tosti. And that realization, that's the cut that bleeds longest because no one warns Yao about her distance. Her fading texts, her polite replies, the moment she goes from, I miss you too, I'm busy. So what do most men do? They chase. They overthink, they crumble. But the truth is not what you think. This is a lesson every man learns too late and it hurts. But if you watch this till the end, you'll never be the same again. Oh, and before we continue, I've got something special for you. A free ebook, Thief Male Mind Control Handbook, reveals hidden secrets to making any woman crave you. Grab it now. Link in the description or comment. Let's begin the first truth. Didn't leave because you weren't good enough? Why wasn't enough? This question haunts every man who ever loved deeply and lost completely. You replay every conversation, every gesture, every moment where you could have been better. You think if you'd just been funnier, more successful, more attractive, she would have stayed. But here's the brutal truth that Marcus Aurelius would have understood. She didn't leave because you weren't good enough. She left because didn't feel what you felt. Attraction isn't a reward for good behavior. It's not a prize. You earn through kindness points. It's not a transaction where your emotional investment guarantees her. Emotional return. It's a force as soon predictable as lightning, as soon controllable as the wind. Think about it. How many times have you seen a good man lose an amazing woman to someone who treats her terribly? How many times have all watched a woman choose chaos over stability, excitement over security, mystery over transparency? Not because women are broken. It's because attraction operates on a different frequency than logic. She can't appreciate yourness while emotionally craving his indifference. She can respect your consistency while being drawn to his unpredictability. The man who understands this stops asking, what did I do wrong? And starts asking, what can I learn from this? Seneca once wrote. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Your heartbreak isn't evidence of your inadequacy. It's evidence of your capacity to love deeply. It's not a weakness. That's a superpower once you learn how to direct it. The second truth. Your emotional investment doesn't create obligation that I gave her everything. How could she just walk away? This is the lie that destroys men. The belief that emotional investment creates emotional debt. You think because you cared so much, because you've certified so much, because you loved Sadie Plea. She owes you something in return. But love isn't a contract. It's not a mortgage where your payments guarantee ownership. It's not a business deal where your emotional labor earns you emotional dividends. Every text you sent, every gift you bought, every late-night conversation you had, those were your choices, your investments, your decisions. She didn't ask you to structure your life around her existence. She didn't request that to make her your everything. You did because it felt good, because it gave you purpose, because it made you feel needed, wanted, important. That's where along the way you confused our need to give with her need to receive. Here's what Epictetus knew that modern men forget. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. You've tried to love her into loving you back. You tried to sky your way into her heart. You treated her like a problem to be solved instead of a person to be understood. The woman who's meant for you won't need to be convinced. She won't need to buy own over. She won't need you to prove her worth through grand gestures and emotional gymnastics. She simply know. And the woman who doesn't let her go, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. She just showed you who she's believe her. The third truth. You can't logic your way into someone's shirt. But we were so good together. We had Sonic in common. We wanted the same things. Compatibility on paper means nothing if there's no chemistry. In person, you can share the same values, the same goals, the same vision for the future. But if she doesn't feel that spark, that electricity, that indefinable, something that makes her heart race when she sees your name on her phone, none of it matters. This is perhaps the most painful truth of all's love isn't logical. It doesn't follow rules, doesn't respect timelines, doesn't care about your 5-year plan or your relationship, how well you treasure mother. You can be the perfect man on paper and still lose her to someone new ho. Makes no sense. Someone who's wrong for her in every logical way but right for her in every emotional way. Someone who hoth challenges her, frustrates her, ignites her, changes her. Stoics endorse this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, no outside events. Realize this, and Yahweh find strength. You cannot control what she chooses. You cannot control what she feels. You cannot control her heart, her thoughts, her desires, her fears. You can only control your response to her choices. When she tells you she's not ready for a relationship, don't try to convince her otherwise. When she says she needs space, give her the entire universe. When she says you're too good for her, believe her and walk away. Not because you're angry, not because you're hurt, but because you respect her autonomy enough to accept her decision without trying to change her mind. The man who argues with a woman's feelings, it's already lost. The man who tries to negotiate attraction has already failed. The man who thinks he can reason his way into her heart has already forgotten the most important lesson of all. The man who needs nothing is everything showens. Here's the paradox that changes everything. The less you need her, the more she wants you. The more complete you are alone, it's the more attractive you become to others. It's the more you value her own time, energy, and attention, the more precious these things become to women. Isn't about playing games or being manipulative. This is about understanding your own worth and refusing to compromise it. For anyone, this is about building a life so fulfilling that another person's presence enhances it rather than completes it. When you stop seeing women as the solution to your problems and start seeing them as partners in your journey, everything changes. When you stop needing validation from them and start validating yourself, your anti-energy shifts. The man who can walk away is the man who doesn't have to. The man who can be alone is the man was never truly lonely. The man who loves himself is the man was capable of loving others authentically. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Every little is needed to make a happy life." It is all within yourself and your way of thinking. Your happiness cannot patent on another person's choices. Your bees cannot be held hostage by someone else's feelings. Your worth cannot be determined by who stays and who goes. You will love again deeper, this time wiser, this time better, this time the woman who broke your heart was not your soulmate. She was your teacher. She commented your life to show you what you don't want. Torv, what you want to Laura to prepare you for what you'd serve. She taught you that love with it reciprocation is not love. It's obsession. She showed you that kindness without boundaries is not kindness. It's weakness. She demonstrated that investment without return is not investment. It's waste. But most importantly, she proved that you can serve the loss of someone you thought you couldn't live without. She showed you that your happiness depend in her presence. She revealed that your worth is determined by her choice. All right. Woman for you won't make you question your value. She won't make you question. She won't make you compete for her attention. She simply hoes you every day without hesitation, without condition, without reservation. And when she does, you'll understand why it never worked with anyone else. You'll see that every heartbreak, every rejection, every goodbye was preparing you for this. Hello, you'll realize that woman who broke you was actually the woman who made you. You are not the same man who was broken by her leaving. You are the man who was forged by her. Listen. Stop looking for her in every woman you meet. Stop trying to heal old wounds with new people. Stop carrying past into your future. Let her go. Not with anger, but with gratitude. Not with resentment, but with respect. Not with hatred, but with love. Love for who she was. Love for who you were. Love for woe you're becoming. The man who can let go of what was is the man who can embrace what will be. The man who can release the past is the man who can create the future. The man who can love Samin enough to let them go. I ask, the man who's ready to love Samin. To make them stay, you are that man you always have been. You just needed to be broken to remember what every man learns too late about women. I use that the right woman won't make you learn it too late, that she'll make you learn it just in time.